Hi, my name is Terry Lee from Sweet Pea Papers and the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group. This is video 5 in our series, The French Papers. This is my design team project for LineDotArrow for October of 2022. Now, we're almost done. All we have left to do is page 6, the front and the back cover. The front and the back cover are going to be a breeze. All we're going to do is glue paper on, and then we're going to put lace on the edge. So this shouldn't be a very long video. We're going to do a quick review as well. Okay, so the paper for page 6, let's set the book to the side. The paper for page 6 is this. I thought it was really pretty. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a stacked pocket in acetate. So I've already pre-cut the pieces only because you've seen me make acetate pockets 5 times before, probably, or cut acetate for sure 5 times before. And so I felt like there wasn't really any need, especially since these are rectangles, for you to watch me cut them again. So what I've done is I've cut 3 pieces the width of the paper, and one is 7 inches, one is 5 inches, and one is 3 inches. So I'm going to use a couple more paper clips for when we glue, which is going to be now. This is our 7-inch paper, or acetate. We want to put it on this way. Let's see. You know, that's really, really tall. I think I'm going to make it 6. Let's go ahead and mark these so we don't lose them. This is the 3. It's the right width, so we're not going to glue this part. So we'll do that. We can find it and we know where not to glue it. Then this one is our 5. I almost think we should have done 5, 3, and 2. 5, 3.5, and 2. So let's keep our 5. You already know it's the right size. And then this one is 3. So let's cut it down to 2. So the height is 3. Let's cut it down to 2. It's a little piece we won't use for anything. Let's turn it sideways. Let's put a paper clip across the top so we don't glue it. That's 3, 2. Let's take our big one and cut it down to 5. I didn't realize how close to the top that was. These are not true 8.5. That's what the problem was. So let's cut this one at 5. See, when I say I've already got it pre-cut and everything's ready to go, guess I should have checked that. I've got so many little scraps, you would not believe. Did I cut it the wrong way? I did. No, we didn't. Okay, paper clip on the top. Well, the top or the bottom, either one could be the top, but this is the one we're going to glue first. Let's get the cards out of the way. We'll put them on the decollage trimmer so we don't forget to use it. So let's use our striped paper again so we can see what we're doing. And let's glue 3 sides of the acetate. I almost could have done this one off camera, but I didn't want to goofy. I didn't want to have a 5-minute last video. glue this on. If you rub this and spread the glue out, then you really don't see it. If you just leave the bead of glue around, then you will see it a little bit. Let's take that off. That's our little bitty one. Let's get our stripey out. Now the trick is to get this one lined up without having to smear it around. Because we definitely don't want to take a chance. Whoops. I'm leaving a smear on the previous acetate pocket. Okay, so we've got this. I'm going to lay this down right on top of it. Looks like I am going to have to tip it a little bit. I'm going to hold it up to the light. I'm pretty sure you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm going to spread this glue out. We're going to have 3 layers right here, so you may see it, because they're going to be right on top of each other, and I can feel it, you know, when I run my finger around. But it should fool the eye enough that, you know what I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I'm going to take this one. Fun part's going to be putting the cards in and finding the edges. But I purposefully could have put a little border, or could have made them windows. You know what I mean? There's quite a few things that we've already done that didn't help. Put my finger in the glue. Okay. Let's set this one down. Oh, poo. The easiest way to do it would have been to just put the glue on top of the glue, but I did make a smear there, which is what I did not want to do. And you want to make sure that you don't have glue on your fingers, you know, when you're touching this smaller pocket. This one isn't quite, there we go. Okay, so right now we have 3 pockets, so we need 3 cards. Now, what I've done is, this is going to be the largest card. I went ahead and cut 2 sides, decal edge, because all we're going to do is cut off some of this non-image part to make the back card. So I went ahead and trimmed it so that way we made sure that we had this part, plus this was a misprint and it had a little white stripe on the back, on the top and the bottom, so I wanted to make sure to remember to take care of that. So, well, there we go. Yes, I saved those little pieces of paper that say card and paper and reuse them. There's no reason not to. Okay, so we're done with our glue for right now. So this one we want to fit in here. We want to save the flower. Wonder if this is dry enough. Okay, so we want to make this fit. Misfit. We want to make it a misfit and put it on the island of misfit toys. So we're going to have to cut it about here. That's cutting it close, isn't it, with the flowers? Cutting it close. Never mind. So we're going to cut it here. Remember, we may have to cut it off a little bit more. Hold your fingers on this guard. You don't have to do it super fast for it to work. Good thing I emptied my trash can, huh? So now we've already got the decollage on the other 3 sides. Yeah, that should fit in there fine. Yep. So now we've got this card. And in fact, it could have been a little bit wider. I could have made it a little bit wider. So now the second card is going to be this one, which is going to be the same width. In fact, I may make this the second card because I cut it narrow. And I want the I want to find the edge. That's what I want to do. Oh, did I not trim? These two look like they're the same. How can that be? How did I manage to do that? Because I trimmed the 7 to the 5, but I didn't trim the 5 to the 3. Okay, so we've got 2 pockets. Da, 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 da. So, I like this because it's cut off from the back cover, and the front and back cover I went ahead and sprayed with my sparkly to give them a little extra dimension instead of just being flat paper. Yes, I know you can't see it on camera. So I kind of like the idea of using this as one of the cards. Now we could put a card and a card. We could put this one here, or this one in the back. We'll trim it a little with the decollage trimmer. You could put this one in the back. This one, I mean, it is a separate pocket. Can't believe I did that. That's too late. Too late to fix it. That's why it's so hard to find. And put this one here in front, because the whole point of it is the reveal. So as you go along, it looks like one card. Then you take that card out. Then you've got another card that you can see the whole card. Then when you take that card out, then you've got another one. Okay? So let's just trim the width a little bit with the decollage, and then we'll make it. Wonder if we should make it just a smidge taller. No, because we're going to take the card in front of it out to see it, to get at it. Where's my mark? There it is. Because we have to go around the other 2 sides slightly. Oz, can you stop? Hey. Oz. He's chewing on the end of his tail, of all things. It's driving me crazy because I can hear him doing it. And if you remember, our very first card was not decollaged. So I did go back and trim that one just a little bit as well. Oh, that definitely moved. Get our little hairs off. Give it a little haircut. Now what we have to do is this side. Very small amount. Then And let's see where we're at. And of course, I'm going to stencil on the back. You don't need to see me stencil, I'm sure. I'm sure you've got the hang of it by now. Okay, so this one's going to go in the back. Then I think in the front, I wanted to put ephemera. Excuse me. Cheers. The last tiny little dregs. So let's take a look and see. Now, just so you know, this is all I have left of the papers. Some of these are duplicates, so we won't even look at those. And this is a duplicate of our card, so that's a duplicate. This is a duplicate of our CD cover. This is what I had left, one page, after doing the whole book. So that worked out really well. So let's see what we've got in these smaller. This piece would work. Actually, that's a little short. What if we did these? One of these cards. And we do them like that. If we did both of them, do them like that. Kind of like that. I really, really wish I hadn't made that mistake on that pocket. Seems such a silly thing to do. And I'm not really sure how I did it, because I know I cut two pieces. You know, I must have cut maybe the... No, it wouldn't have fit. I'm not sure what I did. I'm really not sure. So we've got a reveal page. Put that in our book. By the time we get done with the cover and do the little recap, there's no need to do a whole flip through. Sixth video. If you know what I mean. It's not that big of a book. Let's put it on page 6 and not the back cover. See down here I made that mistake, so you can see the glue. So it isn't very pretty. But that was my error, and it was too late, you know, to fix it. Okay, so now we've got that page. Now, the front and back covers. This is our back cover. Even though it could have just as easily been our front cover. But this is our front cover. And what I did was I took this one and I put it on this paper so that it lined up in the center and that this was on the left-hand side. Okay? Now, I'm going to put a small cluster on the cover, which is probably going to be the Eiffel Tower and this paper and some lace and the word France somewhere on here. Get the lace out that I was thinking about using, but the coffee dye doesn't, well, it'll stand out more on the blue. So that's what I'm thinking for the front cover. So we'll see. Maybe I can make a tuck out of the word France. Put the lace down, make a tuck out of the word France, and then just tuck these in so that you can take them out. I don't know, I like them better glued because then they don't stick out like this. Okay, so we'll do that. Okay, and then I got this crocheted lace from BB Craft, and I like it because it's a different color than this, but it's too thick, I think, maybe to put under our cluster, which, well, maybe if we just put the word France and one of the two. Anyway, let's get this glued on. And glue it on our cover and not our back cover. Now you could just as easily use a different lace to cover this because it isn't very thick, and then put lace all the way around the cover if you like. I thought it's still going to cut close to our image. Didn't think about that when I cut it. Could have put it over a little bit farther. I just didn't really want it in the center though. You can't really turn it around and put it on the right side. I had to spray both sides of the paper because that makes it flat. If you spray one side and your paper goes up like this, right, curls up like this, just spray the back and it'll flatten right out. You don't have to spray very much either, and then the alcohol evaporates. It only just takes a couple minutes for it to dry. So let's put this on here. Uh-oh. Put this on here right side up. Probably a better plan than the one I almost executed. Okay, let's slide it up a little bit. Okay, I love this as the cover. I love this paper as the cover. And the little bit of sparkly really sets it off. Yeah. Gives it a sheen. Not quite like glitter paper, because that's more pronounced and more in your face. But it's definitely pretty. It's like a pearlescent. No, that's the wrong word. See it more at the angles. So in that way it's a little pearlescent, but it doesn't look pearlescent. So I originally had this as the front cover. Then I changed my mind. Okay. So get it put on. I was going to tie it shut with a ribbon, but I don't think we need it. And that way we don't cut our image in half. We do definitely have room over here. Let's get this part done. What we're going to do is we're just going to glue half on the front, wrap it around and glue half on the back. Okay. I cut this little piece off. It's all crinkled up. You can use it for a cluster, say over there. We'll see. So we just want it to be the length of the book height. Okay, we want it to be the height of the book. I always give it just a smidge. Okay. BB Craft has some great stuff. This is not a video for BB Craft. I have done BB Craft unboxings and stuff before. And I did get this lace for free up front. But I would have bought it. It comes in a package and you get 60 yards of lace. I think it would have been $10. Maybe. I don't think it was even that much. So put your glue along there. And you put this along here. You want the center of the lace to be across the side, which means it looks like I could push this back just a little bit more, which is good for us. Let's take a look at it this way and make sure it's straight. Then all we have to do is glue the back. This still looks a little short compared to the front. Okay, let's see where we're at here. Okay. Let's put our bead of glue here. You know, well, this is relatively flat. Let me go ahead and trim that. Okay. My friend would go, put that in the fiber jar. I love her, but I just don't save that small of a piece. I don't do the type of kind of nest looking clusters that she does yet. I'm aspiring. But I do so many kit projects for design team projects and such that, you know, 5 videos technically really isn't that long to do a whole project. I've done them in shorter. I just do more off camera, that's all. Trim this one little piece that's sticking out. Okay, so there's that. Now let's look at our possible cluster here. This is definitely too long for what we have. Well, if we use both, it isn't. And then put France across here. Well, I don't want to cover the Eiffel Tower. So let's put let's put our lace this way and our little guys this way. And closer together. And then we could put France across here. Alright, it still seems fat to me, but I'm going to go with the flow. Now, I'm going to put glue on this side, which seems a little weird, I know. But it worked on the inside. I did put one little cluster on the inside. So I put the glue on this side because it's right where I want it. And then I just flipped it over to the same spot. And that worked out real well for me. May not always work, if you know what I mean. I think I would have been happier had I used a piece that didn't have this wrinkle in it. Maybe I'll put a little bit of glue under there and smudge it out flat. One of my subscribers, and Burgett, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. It's not Bridget, it's Burgett, was kind enough to send me this glue, this Fabri-Tac, off of my Amazon wish list. Oh yeah, that worked. And I want to thank her very much for that. I forgot to do it in the beginning. Also remember, if you want the step-by-step PDF, you know what I should have done? I should have made a pocket out of the lace. Stuck these two in here. And then put France on it. Okay. Let's cut another piece the same size. Well, it just came to me right at the end. If you get it quick enough, Fabri-Tac will ball up into a little ball. You can wipe it right off. It's like it never happened. I know I didn't want to put a pocket on, but if it's the lace, then that's wide enough to hold the little tickets down. So I think that will work. Okay. Let's cut our piece. About this wide. Is that how wide this one is? Oh goodness, it's the exact same length. Da 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 da! Magic. We almost could add one of these. We'll wait and see. I know we're not inking anything because none of the book is inked. So it would stand out better on an inked book. Let's make our little crocheted tuck. What a nifty idea. Get a big glob on the end here. Get rid of that. That on while it's drying. Now I just found a problem. When I glue this on, it's going to go through So we definitely want the Paris one to come out, or the Eiffel Tower one to come out. So if we carefully, I think we need to anchor this longer one onto this circle so that it glues on better. We'll glue this to that, and then we'll glue that on our little collage. Let's see. I don't know why I'm gluing it on here on an angle. It's a circle. All I have to do is turn it. Oh, wow. Just trying to be prepared. Now, what would happen If I moved this over to cover the end of the thing, the band, and just glued it on this side, then I think we would be safe. I think we would. Let me put my fingers here. I'll only glue it over here. That'll be definitely enough to hold it down. Let's do that. You have to be thinking, always on your toes. On your toes. That will help tighten the pocket up a little bit too. Well, that turned out cute. Matches the edge. A little matchy-matchy, but it works for me. My brain works matchy-matchy. Okay, so let's do a little review since I've added a few things off camera. Nothing difficult, no new pockets or anything like that. So we just did the cover, so we added that. Then when you open this, I went back and made this a decollage card. Okay, so then we have the CD cover with the acetate. This card comes out here. Of course, we wish we had put it to the side. That would have been a little more common sense. I'm not really sure what I was thinking. And it's also a tuck. We have our sparkly paper, and it's inked on both sides to write on. And then on this, we've got the 2 cards that come out. And then this is a belly band. Okay, of course, inked on the back. Look at me taking cards out. And then this is a flip out, but I realized it could actually stand alone as its own page. Now that I glued this on, I wish I had used some of the lace that we used on the cover underneath it. But I did use some light, some coffee dyed lace, but it pretty much blends right in. But that's okay. Terry did ephemera. A cluster. Terry did a cluster. But this spot just screamed, I'm empty. So it would have needed maybe a pocket. I just realized that's the same as this because I cut it out of the middle of a paper because I liked it. Anyway, it's all good. This is a faux specimen slide. Obviously, this is not a real flower. But this could stand alone as its own page, even though it's a flip out from this page here. There's your writing space. Here's 2 faux specimen cards. This one has a tag that comes out this way. This one has a tag that comes out this way. I'm not going to pull it out all the way, but it's a flower pattern. And it only goes down to here because we glued it across here so that we had the side pocket. You know, I forgot we had a pocket here. So I'll cut a card for there. Or maybe I won't. I may not. I may just glue it shut. Since this is a book on how to use acetate, we don't need the extra card. On this page, I went ahead and made the other card. So originally we had the Paris card. Now these 2 pages look similar, but they were meant to be stacked. So that was my mistake, not a mistake that you will duplicate in yours. Plus, you're not going to make a whole acetate book unless you're going to make an ephemera holder, which I didn't want to make because there's plenty of tutorials on how to make ephemera holders with acetate or tracing paper. So on this Paris card, you flip it over, and there's the stationery that matches the card. You can also write down to where the acetate is. This one has the stationery on the front. You take it out, you can write on it down to the acetate. If you have a Sharpie, you can write on the acetate. nothing saying you can't. If you want to see, if you don't mind, we left these all unadorned so that you could see. This is sort of like a manual that you would go back and refer to. So we're not decorating the acetate pockets, okay? And then this is a writing card. Which I guess I could put it that way. Nothing wrong with that. They're not cut decollage. That's going to undo the glue. Okay, we're just going to call this an unforced error. How about that? Kind of like it better with the stationery in the front. Stationery in the front on one and the back on the other. Here's the page that we just did. Here's our back cover. And I don't think we're going to tie it shut with anything. There's no need. This lace, it just wouldn't match with this. It's the crocheted lace. The crocheted lace would look like a housecoat tie on here. And we definitely don't want that. So that's going to be it for the series. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't normally do something exactly using the same material on every page other than paper. But I thought this would help you see some of the different ways that you can use acetate, even though I know a lot of times it's windows and pockets. But you can make different windows and pockets. Okay? And don't forget to get the PDF tutorial for this at Sweet Pea Paper's Facebook group. And that's it for this video, and it's it for this series. And I will see you in the next series. And that will be just a second for you and a day for me. Okay, bye-bye.